Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Induction Weekend 2022. I think that we have got some very, very amazing people here. I will let you guys introduce yourselves to the camera. Tell who you are, and are you an inductee?
Hi, my name's Bill Hillman, and I run the Depot Deli in Shenandoah, Iowa. And I'm not a musician, but I have sponsored many, many great musicians and performances over the years.
My name's John Rogers, and I'm a fantastic musician from Omaha, and I've been involved in music for all my life.
I really love, actually, that you guys support each other so much that you are wearing his shirt. That is...
It's nuts, isn't it?
It's like and a name tag. I mean, that is true fandom.
Bill's hired us many, many times. When the Everly Brothers came back to their hometown of Shenandoah in 1986, it was all because Bill Hillman put together all the mechanics and the moving parts. And my old band, Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association inductees, High Heel and Sneakers, did everything but play following the Everly Brothers in Shenandoah. It was one of the peaks of my life, and I didn't play a note.
He would have been great, though. That was like 40 years ago, but we're still playing. They're still playing there all the time, and we have music there all the time. So, and JR is one of the best ever in Shenandoah. He's well known in Shenandoah.
Married chicks.
He married a local girl. That helped out quite a bit.
So I sense that I could probably ask you guys for a very interesting story. So could you share with maybe a crazy moment or something that is going to be completely memorable to you that is appropriate for our audience, of course. I'll let you think for a minute, Bill. I'll let you go first.
He'll take mine.
Okay, well, I remember one night after High Heel and the Sneakers played outdoors at the Depot in Shenandoah. Had a wonderful crowd, probably 1,000, 1,500 people. And one of the features was Bill had this huge 40-man Army tent that was part of the event. And we were enjoying an adult beverage after the show, after teardown, everything like that. And the wind came up, as it often does when we play for Hillman. We actually call storm clouds Hillmans in my band. But the wind came up, and we heard a huge rip and crash. And Bill looked up and met my eyes. He goes, "The tent." And that ripped the tent to shreds. And that was the last night for that tent.
What about you, Bill?
We've had so many, not just with music, but one of my favorites with music at the Depot. It was one of those wild nights where it was raining, and High Heel and the Sneakers was they were a fairly expensive band, all this equipment, but it got rained out. So they all came inside, or most of them, and we sat down inside. The lights went out from the storm, and we lit candles, and they played music, and it was probably the best concert we ever had at the Depot, and there was no electricity.
And I think it's those times that just, you look at it and it's like, it's worth it. And that's where everything comes from, the heart, the soul of all the music that you'll play.
Absolutely. Those moments are what you live for. I live for goosebumps and the things that cause them.
That's pretty exciting.
That's giving me goosebumps, JR.
So I'm going to have you guys, because I think you're great interview subjects, please tell everyone a little bit why they should support Iowa Rock and Roll and their musicians and the cause for the state.
Oh my, the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association is one of the coolest organizations I've ever been part of. The nurturing of young talent. When your kid's working on their instrument, they're not getting in trouble with anybody. When they're learning how to play with somebody, they're learning interpersonal skills that will get them through life. And when your folks cuss about turn it down in the basement, they're happy to load that stuff in the trunk and take it to the gig because they know that music is good for the kids.
I was just going to ask if you had any advice, but I think that pretty much sums it up. Bill, what do you have to say?
Oh, I can't say anything after JR talks. He just he says it all. So he's got me.
All right. Well, I'll ask you, what advice do you have for any young musician in the state?
Well, just keep doing it, and hopefully people will come out and listen. If people don't come out and listen, it's no fun for anybody. So I would encourage young people to go to the venues and listen to the music and appreciate it. And it's like my friend Byron Sturt says, live music only happens once.
And I think it's time. I mean, live music, people need to support that, whether it's young people or not as young people, just musicians in general, support live music in your communities.
It's the universal language. I mean, the thing that the computers will never be able to do, you know, we think we're connected with our iPhones and stuff. We're connected when there's a moment that happens on a stage or in somebody's living room in front of you, and we're all on the same emotional page. And those are the things of which life is made. You know, that's what the good stuff is to me.
Could I go first from now on?
I think, I mean, we're getting this like profound material from I.R.R.M.A. I think this is great. I mean, this is honestly what it is all about. And I love the dynamic that you guys have here. And I mean, if you want to switch places with him for a question, you can.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
All right.
Just
So,
there's kind of a better curve there, too.
Yeah.
He's taller than either of us.
okay. Well, gosh, we should have thought about that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Next time we're consulting with JR first for these. All right. This is your moment to shine.
All right.
What do you have to say?
Open steel.
I would ask JR that one. What do I have to say about what?
Well, I was going to leave it. I was just going to give you the floor. I mean, it's yours. JR stepped away. It is your moment. You're right center stage.
Well, I tell you what, I have a place where people play, and it's really no fun at all if there's no audience. There's no reason for them to do it. There's no reason for me to have people come or have the people play if no one comes. So it's way more fun. The more people, the better, and people that like to listen. So we, at our place, that's what you're there for, listen to great music. And there's venues like that all over the state. So I would encourage people to go out and support live music.
May
Perfect.
I add one more thing?
Oh, great.
Yes, you may.
Speaking of Bill, he has a shirt that says, "Is my listening to music disturbing your conversation?" Don't you love it, Alan? That's a good place to leave it for me.
I think that is wonderful. And actually, I remember we signed a shirt for you last year, too.
Yes, you did.
Yes, so memories forever. Well, thank you guys so much for everything. It was wonderful talking to you and sharing all of your wisdom and knowledge and good quotable material.
And the music, you know,
And the
it's all
music.
about the music. Without the music, we wouldn't be talking. That's great.
That is true. Support live music, and thank you guys so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.